I'm in Świnoujście, and right behind me is a sign that marks the border between Germany and Poland. This is the most northwestern point of Poland and therefore the start line of Poland's only shoreline that goes all the way down towards a small town called Piaski over at the Polish-Russian border. Over the next few days and over the next few videos, we're going to be exploring this coastline, seeing what Poland has to offer across the various towns and cities along the way. Join me for the adventure and let's go and see what we can find and discover here in Poland along Poland's only coastline. So right there we have Germany up to the fence and the sign, and then obviously that's the border that goes to the sea, and then on this side is Poland. And then this is the start, the beginning of Poland's coastline that goes all the way down there, all the way east towards the Russian border. Let's go and explore Poland's only coastline here, starting in Świnoujście. I think first we should probably step into Germany, just so we can say we've been to Germany on this trip again, because I visited. No, I didn't even visit Germany last time. But let's go and step into Germany. Here's the sign right here to my right, and we're going to step into Germany. The sign's here, and we're now in Germany. We're on the other side of the fence, just there. So right in front of me here is the German beach. And then we're going to step back into Poland, as this is our start point. Świnoujście, to me, I thought was going to be a bit of a quiet place, but actually it's quite touristy, and there's a lot of German people here, because obviously they can just cross the border and visit Poland and Świnoujście for whatever reason they might want to. And I didn't think there'd be so many tourists, even though it is summer. And yeah, I was just a little bit surprised. There's a lot of places to park, but they're pretty much all paid. And I found the only place that's free to park. I've got 2 hours here, maximum. So I don't really have a lot of time to explore Świnoujście, unfortunately. But we'll do our best and just see what we can see and explore. But the border itself, yeah, it's obviously borders are interesting to me, and there's like some bits up here we can have a look at. Right, now that that's sorted with, let's go and explore as I leave Świnoujście's coast and sea behind. We'll walk back up, as there was some border things up here. So as I leave the beach here in Świnoujście, luckily so, because as I say, I got sand on my good shoes and it's kind of getting into the breathable holes and stuff. So yeah, this ain't the greatest. The sand's a little bit deep. It's making it a bit tough to walk in. But right in front of me, as we leave the beach, we have this wooden walkway which leads basically straight to the border. You're basically looking at one half Germany, one half Poland here. There'll be a few things that kind of represent that. For example, right in front of the people in front of me, there's a couple of bollards. They represent the two sides of the walkway that we're about to walk on. So yeah, as you can see here, we got the Polish bollard, the German bollard, represents the two sides. This one has Polska on the plaque with the eagle. This one just has the number 923. And then up ahead is quite a touristy little sign, although it's quite a cool looking sign, of the German-Polish side as well. It's got the two flags that represent. There's a lot of people there, there's a lot of cyclists. Don't know if you can see from here, just over there. So you can see as we walk up towards this sign, even on this side, there's the Polska and Deutschland flags and sides. People are getting photos from the other side. So I'm going to be in the background of a couple of these photos. But if we walk around to the other side, you'll see the other side as well. It's basically the same thing. On the floor, we have a blue line, which represents the border. Currently stood on the line. We walk back into Germany. Here we have a map of northwestern Poland. You can see that Szczecin is down here off the map, and then we're way up here in the top corner there. Świnoujście. So a lot of this area is just like kind of forested. There's obviously the beach and the sand and whatnot. There's a little bit of like a town bit. There's a few shops and whatnot. There's not really too much to see from what I've seen anyway. And obviously a lot of it is just people cycling and running and just having a good time, kind of exercising. It's a nice little pedestrian path for that kind of thing. And then the rest of it's kind of just like parking spaces and that kind of thing for people to visit the border and probably to visit over into Germany and vice versa here into Poland. As I say, I parked at a Biedronka, which is the only place which was free parking for 2 hours. Everywhere else you have to pay some kind of fee. And so I parked at a Biedronka. I will go in there and buy some bits as well. That will basically be my time up. By the time it's taken me to walk here, walk back to the car, and obviously to do some shopping. Yeah, I don't really have much more time left for the parking. So that's just my quick visit here to Świnoujście. And yeah, we're going to continue, as I say, up the coastline to the next destination. I need to check to see where we're actually going because I can't even remember. So we're off to the next destination. Where are we going? We're going that way. Wait, spin. We're going that way somewhere in that general direction, east towards the Polish-Russian border. Well, just down the road from Świnoujście is this really nice, beautiful seaside town called Międzyzdroje. Just check this out. It's so far, it's just really beautiful. Just driving through here, I drove down here because there was like a lack of parking, and luckily I found somewhere to park and figured all that out. But as I drove through, I just saw like this big, nice open area with the gardens. I saw this, which is obviously leading towards the beach. Over here, you've got like your little shops for the food, ice cream, and that kind of thing. Yeah, this is such a beautiful little seaside resort. I just don't even know which way to go. I think we're going to have a little look first of all through here and just seeing through the parkway and just seeing what we've got down here. They've got like a long pavilion, I guess you call it, or you know, like the walkway for pedestrians to walk down. It is very nice. Look at everyone over here like chilling on these chairs. I don't know if you can see over in the distance we got a Lilo. Dude in that suit must be boiling. It is probably about 28 degrees, I would say, right now. It's a really nice temperature. It's a bit windy, so it keeps you cool. Yeah, this is a really nice green area, a little park area for people to walk through, and it's very clean as well. Look at this. Very clean. Just there, the pizzeria. I've literally only just got to Międzyzdroje. I've literally, just as I got on my car, started recording, and already I'm very impressed. Look at this. Little park area for the kids. That's a very decently sized park area for people to play in. I'm very impressed right now. Apart from Sopot and Gdansk, which I've been to before, I've never been to a Polish seaside resort. Obviously, I've just been to Świnoujście, but I don't know if I'd call that a resort as such. It's just more of the border town between Germany and Poland. That's probably why it's as touristy as it is. You have to pay, I don't know if you can see behind me, 4 zloty to use the toilet though. Yeah, I don't like places you have to pay to use the toilet. Right here we got fridge magnets, we got all the typical beach gear. That gift shop only takes cash, however, and I've only got card with me on this holiday. I haven't withdrawn any cash. I want to try and avoid withdrawing cash if I can, just because it's easier for me to use only card rather than having like juggle cash as well. And then just around here is another big wide open area for pedestrians to relax. More restaurants over there. Nice seating area. Surrounded with pretty flowers. Yeah, this is really nice. I kind of wasn't expecting this. I thought Międzyzdroje was a lot smaller than this and not as you know, touristy like this. This is something like I would expect more from somewhere like Sopot, but not from Międzyzdroje. But yeah, you just never know until you visit somewhere just what somewhere's going to be like. Obviously, I knew Międzyzdroje was like on the coast, but I didn't realize it was just one of those hotspots, you know, for tourists to come to. Because I guarantee a lot of people here are probably a mix between Polish, German, and probably a few other neighboring countries as well. And all around Poland, you'll see this a lot in places like Gdansk. I know you'll see like these big ice cream cones just here, half chocolate, half vanilla. I'm a bit of a sucker for ice cream. I think we're gonna go and try one though. Amerykańskie lody kręcone. Dzień dobry. Poproszę amerykańskie lody duże.
O jakim smaku?
O jakim smaku? Czekolada.
Mieszany, tak?
Tak.
Takie coś, tak?
Tak, oczywiście. Tak, dziękuję.
Kartą pan płaci?
Kartą. Dziękuję.
Dziękuję. Ludzika podamy też po szyneczku tutaj. Trzeba wyjść, zamieszać granitę.
It's as easy as that. I bought one yesterday, not in the vlog, I kind of just got it afterwards. Just before, actually, I was talking about that big fight that happened in Szczecin. And it was quite a nice ice cream, actually. It wasn't quite what the picture looked like, but for some reason they call them American ice creams. Bardzo dziękuję. Miłego dnia. Here we go. It actually looks like the picture. So I got one of these in Gdansk back in 2018, and I've not had one since. Yum, just as nice. What nice people as well. Hopefully this music doesn't copyright my video. Yeah, really nice lady there who just served me. I almost said the wrong word when she asked me. I almost said oczywiście, which means of course. Which might come across a little bit rude, so I stopped saying that word, but sometimes I kind of blank a little bit on what words to use. Yum. I'm right here with my tall Amerykański ice cream. We have the sea view. Now I'm going to go walk in here, but I don't really want to because my shoes will get sandy again like they did about 5 minutes ago down the road in Świnoujście. But right here we have the pier. We'll walk along the pier in a minute. We have obviously the beach, the sand, the sea. We've got cliffs over in the back. No, I've got sand on my shoes. I've also got ice cream dripped on my shoes now. This ice cream is already melting and it's only been about a minute since I bought it. So this right behind me is the Baltic Sea. It's the same sea that goes around, shares with like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. On the other side of that sea will be countries such as Sweden and Finland and Norway if you went a little bit further west. Such a beautiful view right here. Wow, this is really taking me by surprise. I'm looking forward to the next few days, you know, exploring this coastline. Now, I imagine a lot of Polish people, when it comes to the summer good weather, just like we do back in the UK, will come to places like Międzyzdroje and Sopot and other places along the coastline because obviously it's nice weather, you want to go to the beach, but for Polish people in Poland, this is their only coastline, of course, as I've already mentioned, and so they have to come here if they want to go to the beach. Or if they want to go abroad, obviously, then they can do that. But they want to stay in Poland, they have to come along this coastline. I don't know if you can see just how much of a mess this is making right now. It's making it quite difficult to walk around and eat because I feel like a little kid with the amount of mess this is making. Dziękuję. I had to come back to this place to get some tissues. I don't think there's any around my mouth. So it's hard actually for me to see. Right, so coming back here, I'll just walk through like an indoor market thing. It looks quite nice. Let's go and check this out again. To be honest, it's all just like gift stores and that kind of thing, but there's also other things that are not quite as tatty as you would expect from like gift shops and arcades and that kind of thing. There are other things. Somewhere there are birds apparently. I can hear birds chirping. Jewellery shop right here. Then we got like cakes. There's one of the birds down there. Not gonna lie, I wish I had some of that water that the bird has so I can wash my hand. The only water that I have available will be the ocean. It's way down there, past all the sand. So it's either I have sticky hands from the ice cream, or I have sandy shoes from walking across the sand getting to the water. But I think for now I have to deal with the sticky hands. That was a nice ice cream actually, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna get some more along this little journey as well. We'll walk down to the pier and see what the pier has. Probably just a better view to be honest, of like behind me here. This really doesn't feel like Poland right now. This is weird. Like I don't know, like it doesn't give vibes of Poland, you know? It may be because the cafe right next to me is called Cafe Monaco or Monaco Cafe. But it kind of, without all the buildings and stuff, it kind of gives like Monaco vibes. I've never been, but I've seen like on vlogs. Obviously I know Monaco has loads of like semi-skyscrapers, if you want to call them, like high rises, and obviously an F1 track and stuff, but there's something about it that just kind of gives that vibe, you know, of like the hills kind of going up immediately and then going over like that. Yes, this is Poland, my friend. You can't see it so well, but this is also another indicator that you get a lot of German visitors. You've got the sign in German and in Polish, but not in English, and I can't really understand fully what it says because it's covered in stickers, but it's a good sign that you know, this is also a hot spot for German tourists. And to be honest, it's only about a 15-minute drive from the border of where I came from at Świnoujście. Świnoujście is down there somewhere. So down there is where I began the video. And if you keep going, around there somewhere is Germany's coastline. Probably like there, I would imagine, or something. I don't know, you probably can't see anyway. But the coastline obviously just continues through into Germany and probably further afield into other countries that border Germany, such as Denmark and Netherlands. While on the other side of me, which I've already shown, but is now through the cafe, is going to be more Poland and eventually Russia. And when I say Russia, some people may not know, Poland only borders a little bit of Russia, which is called an exclave, and it's called Kaliningrad. So Kaliningrad, I don't understand why exactly Russia owns this little piece of land. It could easily be swallowed up by Poland or by Lithuania. For some reason, there's this kind of awkward piece of land between Poland and Lithuania, which is called Kaliningrad, which is owned by the Russians. I don't really know the history behind it or the reasons why Russia owns it, probably for military purposes and whatnot, I'm not really sure. But because of that, Poland does technically border Russia, and obviously that's where the coastline eventually meets. That's why when we go down the coastline, eventually the next country that we get to will be Russia. And this piece of Russia, as I say, is an exclave, which means that the piece of land, the piece of land that is Russia that's connected with Poland is disconnected from the rest of Russia. Talking about like the Monaco vibe, it's just like those few buildings, if you picked them, copied them, pasted them all along there, it would give Monaco vibes, slight Hawaiian vibes. The buildings in Hawaii are slightly different, but it kind of gives that kind of same feel of like the white buildings, sun, sea, sand kind of look. Because in Hawaii as well, in Honolulu, you have like some kind of hills with trees on. Probably Honolulu, you don't have them as much, but in other Hawaiian cities, especially in Oahu, you'll see kind of that kind of look with the white buildings and like kind of trees on the kind of mountain sides. Okay, so we've almost made it to the end of the pier, which is quite a long pier actually. I've never been on a pier so long, I don't think. As we just walk by all the people, they're taking photos, so we'll go on this side actually to get out their photo. The pier ends here. Now that they've taken their photo, the pier ends here. And it just has like a little platform down there. I wonder if boats dock up there and there to kind of let passengers out or something. But this is the end of Międzyzdroje's pier. As we turn around, there's Międzyzdroje's beach. And this is the pier. And yeah, this is the end of the line for Międzyzdroje. It's just nice sat here, to be honest, just enjoying the weather, enjoying the vibes of this all. Just walk back down the pier, kind of just near the end again, or back at the beginning of the pier. And in a minute we'll go and check out more of Międzyzdroje, away from the pier. We've had a look at the beach. And yeah, there's other things we can go and have a look at. We'll see what's available. Unfortunately, I can't really have a beer because I'm still driving after this. But yeah, otherwise we can go and check out, see what else is available here in Międzyzdroje, whether like park areas or food places, you know, whatever. We can just go and have a look at the general vibe of the place. But so far, this has been a really nice little like touristy area. As I said, I didn't expect it to be so touristy. At least unlike the UK, like when people say they're going to go Poland, they normally say they're going to go to Krakow. Very rarely will they go to like Wrocław or Warszawa or somewhere like that. But yeah, it seems like here, like obviously other places, other countries, for example, like Germany, they'll say when I go to Poland for a holiday, more likely they're going to go to these seaside resorts So it's just interesting seeing like, you know, the different countries, or the different like foreigners you'll get in different locations depending on, you know, what they want from the holiday. And I've never heard of British people going to anywhere in Poland other than Krakow, Wrocław, Warszawa, or I guess Gdansk as well is actually another one that's up there because it's quite cheap to fly to for Brits. So that's typically what they fly to as well, I guess. That was my first Polish city anyway. I kind of forgot to mention, even though I kind of mentioned it earlier, but when we got to the top there, which is only basically straight up from where we stood now, like straight up there, that though you can't see it physically, if you were to go like directly straight up there, you would actually hit Copenhagen, give or take. Copenhagen is probably like there or something. And then otherwise here is Sweden, over this direction is Finland, and obviously this way would then be more of Denmark, and then Norway, just if you kept on going further that way. Just for anyone who was kind of curious about the geography of where we stood, I know I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but it was a little bit vague. I actually wanted to mention it when I was right at the end there, but I guess I kind of forgotten about mentioning it, and instead I was more focused on like just looking at the views and stuff. Another sign that you have loads of German tourists come to this place is the Berlin Doner Kebab place. They love it there. I think apparently the Doner Kebab was actually created in Germany. You'd think it'd be Turkey, but I think actually it may have been Turkish immigrants in Germany. I don't really know the history, but anyway, it's popular in Germany, and obviously in places where German visitors come a lot. There's one, I've seen a couple around here already. Just around the corner from the pier that we came from, which by the way I just learned in Polish, pier is molo, M-O-L-O. That's the word for a pier in Polish. Just around the corner from that, I have an aquarium. I'm not going to go inside the aquarium in this video, or you know, today at least. I'm going to have to come back if I want to go inside of it. It's an oceanarium, it's called. I'm not going to go in there just because I don't have too much time left to explore Międzyzdroje, and I know for a fact that's going to take a couple of hours to properly go in and have a look around and see all the fish and stuff. I don't really have the time, unfortunately, to go check them out, but I do like an aquarium and a zoo and stuff like that when I have the time to check them out. Well, there's toilets up here. I wonder if they're free. I still need to wash my sticky hands. The answer is yes, I did have to pay 5 zloty, that was, which is about £1. I just paid £1 to wash my hands and obviously use the toilet while I'm at it as well, because I'm not paying £1 just to wash my hands. But it was very nice toilets, at least in there. I wasn't going to do like a toilet review or anything, but very clean, very nice. So at least there's something, because I've paid for toilets before in Europe and they've been pretty grim. And so if you're going to pay for it, at least you want like good quality, nice clean toilets, you know? So there's that. That'll probably be the only time I use it. I'm not going to get any more ice cream here, because obviously that was the main reason why I wanted to use them. But now I feel better with my hands being clean. So yeah, overall Międzyzdroje so far has been a really nice place to visit. I might head back down this way in a minute. I just want to see if there's anything else up here past the Oceanarium, or whether this is like kind of the end of Międzyzdroje, like the main part of Międzyzdroje, that is. You've even got it up on there if you can read it. I'm not sure if the lighting is so good. Oceanarium Międzyzdroje. Oh yeah, it looks like it just continues going up with like various different shops and bits. Yo, this place is actually pretty big. I didn't expect it to be so huge. On the map, it kind of didn't look so big. It may look bigger as well because a lot of it's kind of forested and stuff. Międzyzdroje is actually on an island called Wolin. Wolin National Park is within this island of Wolin, and Międzyzdroje is kind of like the city. Is it a city or is it a town? I'm not actually sure. Probably a town, big town, kind of on this island of Wolin. A lot of, when you click on Międzyzdroje on the Google Maps and it gives you like the outline of the settlement, it looks quite big, but obviously a lot of it is just like kind of trees and national park. I think further down here we're kind of getting away from the hustle and bustle of Międzyzdroje, and we're just kind of going more on the outskirts. By the looks of it, it's hard to tell. Just more like food places, kebabs, pizza, etc. And then down there is just going to be other bits. So we're going to have a look back down where we came from and see if there's anything we missed. You get like these little things here, as you do in a few different places. This is what it looks like here in Międzyzdroje, to kind of get one of these little touristy train or bus things, carts or whatever, to kind of cart you around and show you around. I assume that's what they do. I'd never actually taken one myself, really, I don't think. There's a whole bunch of like gift shops and things that basically say your typical tap, your license plates with your name on, fridge magnets, shot glasses, teddy bears, that kind of thing. But I'm not really interested in that. It's such a nice like layout as well. Like if you just look at this, this is all pedestrianized here. Pedestrianized here, grass area, more pedestrianized area, more. The pier, the molo is just over this way. And then obviously the beach and stuff is just behind this building. Interestingly, you've got hairdressers, the Frisier, and then a few other shops and things. I don't really ever recall seeing hairdressers next to a pier before, you know, or nearby a beach. I guess locals come here as well. They just, I don't know, it's an interesting place to put a hairdresser's. Right behind me, you'll see like these little seating areas as well that gives you shade, being used by a couple of old folk there. Really nice layout of the seating area right here, as you can see. I mean, like I say, the main thing is that you get the shade, but also just, I don't know, you could probably seat like a good 8 or 9 people in there. If you're with like a group of mates or something, you just sit in there if you wanted to and just chill. Stitch has a couple of friends. Check this out. I don't know who the pink one in the middle is. It's some kind of unicorn. But you got Pikachu, Stitch, and a pink unicorn. So it looks like obviously there's a few of them. If you get too close to them, maybe not, I'm not sure. I know in the US they'll try and charge you a load of money for them just for taking photos. So you have to be careful when taking photos and stuff of people dressed in costumes. Yeah, maybe here they're just not as money hungry as they are in like USA. But, ooh, we've got a Zapiekanki store right here. Very Polish store indeed. And then right next to it, we got another one of these Berliner doner kebabs. I would have bought a Zapiekanka right now, but I don't really fancy it because I have just off vlog bought some bits from the Biedronka that I parked at and in Świnoujście, and I just had some bits from there because it's just cheaper. This holiday, I'm not going to be eating at so many restaurants just to basically keep the price down because I'm here for twice as long as I was last time. May not be making as many videos because last time I was able to make so many videos in the 1 week I was there. I made like 30 videos in total. We got an amphitheater here as well. I've made like 30 videos in 1 week and I spread them all across like between like February and like June. And right now, as I'm recording this, my vlogs from South Korea are being uploaded. Yeah, I got an amphitheater right here, look. It's a bit closed, I imagine, to public. It's just being like worked on at the moment. But yeah, like sometimes they may have like music on or something, polka music maybe, traditional Polish music. Whereas this time, I'm here for twice the amount of time. I'm here for, I think, like 16 days, actually, just exploring not only the coastline, but then I'm going further afield, kind of exploring the northeast of Poland a little bit, and some other places as well. So, because I'm here for like twice the amount of time, you know, money needs to go a bit further, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And because of that, I won't be eating at as many fine dining establishments like your Polish kitchens, your milk bars, that kind of thing, mostly because it just costs money. And I'm happy most of the time just eating at a McDonald's or going to Biedronka or Żabka and buying like little bits there. I will occasionally maybe eat at like a milk bar or something, but it won't be the highlight of any of these videos, I don't think. I haven't really thought about it too much, but I'm just doing what I can to kind of keep the costs low at the beginning of this holiday so that at the end I can, you know, do what I like with it rather than being kind of left short. So I was talking about a second ago about how we're on an island and I can see the words Wyspa Wolin, which means Wolin Island. So this is the island that we're on. It looks like on Google Maps that it's not an island and it looks like it's part of Poland, but it's like around here on Google Maps, not on this map, on Google Maps you've got like land like right here. There's like thin lakes and stuff that kind of go all the way around this, and then obviously here is the ocean. We would have been, where would we have been? Up here somewhere a second ago when we walked on the pier up here. Or right here, Wolinski Park Narodowy, which is kind of majority of it. You can see it's up here as well, Wolinski Park Narodowy, and it goes, so the majority of this is like a national park, and then Międzyzdroje is really like this bit roughly there. But yes, this is its own island, Volyn Island, but you won't necessarily see it on Google Maps quite like that unless you're properly looking, because like I say, it's so close to other land in some areas that it kind of looks like it's attached to the mainland of Poland, but it is its own island. That's quite cool that they've got their own little like boards here. It shows more of the national park and kind of the layout of the national park, and then Międzyzdroje just there. And then some more information about Międzyzdroje that I won't read. Yeah, it's just interesting to come and look at this kind of thing, see the information. I mean, if you wanted to as a tourist, you could look at this, walk down, look at the information boards, and just enjoy yourself, enjoy the sun. That's the park we walked through earlier. Oh, and then we've got moving statues. I genuinely believed a second ago when I saw these that these were real. Yeah, they always trip me out. They always do such a good job of looking like they're a real statue. Like I say, a second ago I was talking to the camera, I wasn't in one camera, and I genuinely thought they were real statues, such as this fella over here. If he starts moving right now, I'll be super tripping. But I'm pretty sure that's a statue. Yeah, he's attached to a plaque. We've got a big gorilla over here. Alright, so this is where we started the video. Or not the video, but this is where we started this segment of Międzyzdroje. We've been in it for quite a while, to be fair. We've recorded a lot, at least anyway. So now we could either go down there or we could walk up here. I think we're going to walk up here because I just want to see what's down this way. Originally, I was looking over here and I saw the ice cream, but obviously we've already had an ice cream now, so I don't need another one. And obviously it's going to make a mess. So that's something for me to avoid having again so soon, especially. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we walk down here and we'll kind of circle around if we can and walk over the other way. Then hopefully we should be able to get everything included and everything seen here along the pier. Well, not pier, what would you call something like this? What do they call it in the UK? Like an avenue. The avenue? Or the beach avenue? I don't actually know what you call it. Along the pedestrianised walkway and then down and along the beach anyway. We'll check out what we can. I think for a quick little tour of Międzyzdroje, we've done pretty well to check out as much as we can. Oh, look at the aesthetic of this place. Very islandy. And it's funny saying that because obviously, as I say, we are on an island. But you know what I mean? Like, it's more tropical island, I guess. Or, you know, somewhere you would expect in like Cyprus or in the Bahamas, somewhere like that, where you'd expect like this kind of straw roof, the nice backdrop to where you would sit down and have your nice lights. Hopefully you can't hear the music too loud because copyright if I ever manage to get monetization. But, oh, it's a tiki bar, that would be why. I just saw the tiki head. But yeah, there's like the music for the vibes. Yeah, such a cool little bar. Like, I like that kind of aesthetic. Like I say, it reminds me a lot of Cyprus because you get those kind of things over in Cyprus. We've reached kind of the other end of like where all the main part of Międzyzdroje is. So like I say, I'm going to try and hook around and head back that way rather than going back that way and then coming around back this way and then back that way. To just kind of save a bit of time. We've got like maybe an hour left or something here before we need to go. Of course, you're never far away from Żabka's here in Poland. And here in Międzyzdroje, obviously another doner kebab place. Yeah, I'm starting to get the feel for this place. And potentially the feel for the entire coastline. I really don't know what to expect. The only place I've been to, as I've already mentioned probably, on this like route is Sopot in Gdańsk. But that was back in 2018. Otherwise, everywhere that I'm going is like brand new for me. Kind of looks like I'm gonna have to turn around and then go back independently down the other route. Unless of course we can go down just over here. Can we explore down here? It's all kind of blocked off by like different buildings that you can't really access. Oh, you got like a view of the sea. Oh, it's a restaurant though. Alright, there's nothing down here. I thought there would be. I kind of drove by and I thought, oh, this looks like a nice area to kind of come down and have a look at. Now it's not as good as way over there where we've already been. Oh, yo, check this out. How cool would it be to but win this Eevee or the Squirtle? It's massive. I can't quite get the size comparison, but it's probably like 5 foot or something. You can win like a panda. I think is that like Dog Cop or whatever its name is, Paw Patrol. That's the one. Mickey Mouse. This one. It's a shame I don't have any physical way to win them or to take them back home. I could probably win them, although it's probably like a trap here because all those things are, but I have no way to take them at home because that's literally like not quite as big as me. Like I say, it's probably about 5 foot, which is like, you know, a lot lower. I'm about 6 foot. I'm just over 6 foot. But they're pretty big for a teddy bear. That'd be quite cool to take home and kind of gift to someone. But the chances of me winning it probably quite low, especially as I don't have cash. I've only got card. They even check, to be honest, if they take card. Dude, what I do like is that they just got Żywiots on tap right outside of the doner kebab place. Because I love how they just have the beer like right there ready to pour. It looks super fresh and really tasty. I have had Żywiots before, obviously, but I really fancy one right now. I think when we get to the next place, I know that that's most probably going to be my end of the line for today. I can then go and get myself a Żywiots or the local beer or whatever I decide to get. But right now, I can't, because if I drink a beer now, I'm going to be a little bit lightheaded. And then I'm going to be driving in like an hour. I know, oh yeah, you know, you'll be fine or whatever. But here in Poland, I think the drinking laws are quite strict. You're not meant to have like, I don't know, like there's a very small margin, like way less than you're allowed in the UK. So if you get caught drinking and driving here, you're kind of, you know, not doing too good basically. And if I had one beer, especially with the strength of the beers here, I'd definitely be over the limit. So I'm going to have to wait until a little bit later on before I can have my beer. Okay, so we've got one last little section here to check out. And this time, obviously, as we've gone up there, and then we've just gone down there, we're now walking down this way to go and check out what's lurking around this corner. Like I said, I think it's just going to be the beach. I don't see there being much more, but who knows? You know, a minute ago we went over when we bought the ice cream and we went down to the beach. I was pleasantly surprised at the atmosphere. So let's go and check out down here. For some reason on the floor here we've got like little handprints all in the tiles. We've got the walkway here, which I think leads around to where we were earlier. I think I saw the other end to it earlier. Wejście C, this is entrance C. And it is literally just another entrance into the beach. A slightly different view of the coast. You can see the molo just along there. It ends around there. I can't quite see on the camera, but that's where we walked to earlier, to the end of the pier to have a look out towards the Baltic Sea. So I'm not going to go down there again. I'm not going to get my shoes all sandy. I was curious as to what was down here. I've now figured it out. Let's have a little walk down this walkway. See if we got anything down here. If not, then that'll be Międzyzdroje completed. I don't know if you can see that. Just down there you've got obviously the ocean, then you've got sand, but in the sand they've got like a little man-made river or whatever for people to swim in as well. But I think it's pretty cool. It's almost like if you're too scared to go into the ocean, just go into the man-made river there and you know, you'll be fine. I'm not sure if you get like dangerous animals here actually in the Baltic Sea. Do you get dangerous animals here in like Poland? I have no idea. I couldn't imagine you get like sharks, do you, or anything? You might be able to get jellyfish, but other than that, I'm not really sure. Europe doesn't really have too many dangerous animals, although obviously Poland has bears and the bison and wolves. So already there are 3 animals up on the UK, which has literally nothing that can kill you, like not in a poisonous way at least anyway, or whatever. You can maybe die by a cow if the cow was really wanting to kill you, but yeah, otherwise the UK is pretty safe when it comes to animals. Here, it's pretty safe, but obviously there are the couple that I've just mentioned that could kill you. But I don't know about ocean creatures. We don't really get dangerous ocean creatures in the UK that I'm aware of. We don't get sharks or anything like that, so yeah, I've no idea. Well guys, I think that's it here in Międzyzdroje. You know, today so far we've visited Świnoujście, which is up there, about 15 minutes away from Międzyzdroje, right here. Now obviously we've just spent a big portion of today and a lot of recording, you know, visiting Międzyzdroje. We just spent a long time here visiting Międzyzdroje. Yeah, we still have more today to go. We have other places to visit. So I'm going to continue my journey more east down the coastline of Poland. Let's go on to the next town or city to see what else we have to explore. And this will be the last place for me visiting today, I believe. So I should hopefully be able to have a beer after this drive. Let's go. We are now in a city in Poland called Kołobrzeg. Before I get to the beach side and check out the beach, the sand and everything similar to what we've seen so far in today's video, I'm walking through this kind of park area right next to it, and just look at how cool this is. This is like a little play area for the kids, but they've kind of built like these like climbing frames and stuff up in the trees. So if you can see up there's like a zip line, and around here we've got like little platforms and the climb up, and it's like one of those things you get in the UK sometimes, but you have to pay for it and you get them for like adults. But obviously this is for kids just in a play park. Well, not in a play park, sorry, but just in like a park for people to walk their dogs and things, but it's just kind of amongst the trees. And for, you know, a little bit for them to crawl through or whatever, and then climb along the steps, and then along there. They're doing something over there at the moment. I was just walking by, I thought that was so cool. Like if I was a kid, I would love this so much. And just the whole area in general, like this whole park is just so cool. Again, you've got such a nice wide area for the pedestrians to do their thing, people to walk their dogs, bicycles to go down, and then you just got all these trees which are shading the area from the sun when it's like really hot weather like it is today. It's really appreciated. Now you have, you know, such an area that you can go to for the shade if you need it, especially, you know, for someone who's sunburnt like myself. Over here we've got more stuff around the trees. I can't quite tell what that is. Something to do with like kids climbing up. You look at that. Yeah, pretty cool park if you ask me. So I was just walking through here because this is en route of me walking down to the beach. My hotel is 3 miles, or 3 kilometers, sorry, not 3 miles, 3 kilometers that way. I've just had to walk down because there's no tram system in this city. And so I thought I'd take a leisurely stroll in the sunshine, just see what Kołobrzeg has to offer before we get to the sun and the beach is what I meant to say, before we get to the beach. And it's a nice little pleasant surprise as well, just, you know, stumbling upon this park, as it always is here in Poland. It always seems for me just to be a nice little surprise. Okay, so this is my first view of the beach area of Kołobrzeg. Looks like we need to go down this way. We're not quite there, but we're close. But it's starting to look a bit more pedestrianised, a little bit more open, so I think we're on the right path. Oh yeah, sick. I just realised by looking at the Piaski umbrellas right in front of me here, I'm not driving for the rest of the night, so I can have a few beers if I wanted to. I can actually sit in the sun and just enjoy myself. We got a, Galleria Molo pier. I will leave that for a minute, because we want to go down this way on the outside. I don't know if that's an actual like shopping area. Well, it looks like a shopping area, but I don't know if that's for the actual pier, as we learned the word molo earlier, or whether it's just called that because it's like next to the pier or something. I think my answer's about to be answered. My question's about to be answered. I can see, I think, the pier just up there. I think I can see the pier just up there, and there's also, if you can see in the distance, like a man juggling fire. Let's go and check out the man. Oh my God. Let's go and check out the man juggling fire for a second, shall we? It looks like he's doing a good job. Hey, we've got the big gorilla again. Right, he's drawing a big crowd, this dude. Right, we're actually close to the guy now. Now he's gone.
Dziękuję. Dziękuję. Dzięki. Jeżeli coś nagraliście, możecie wstawić na Instagrama, TikToka. Znajdziecie mnie jako
He's literally finished.
Puśka
I hope you could see a little bit of it as I was walking up to him. He's literally just finished giving away social media as you know, the ending part of his show. He's just given like a bow, I think, or something. Ah, gotten. Maybe there'll be something else here in a minute. That's like right at the edge, the end of the pier. I think. Do you have to pay for this pier? There's a Casamolo, like price list. 9 zloty. Oh yeah, you have to pay to go on this pier. Just saying, in Międzyzdroje, you didn't have to pay to go on their pier. You could just go on the pier. Doesn't really look worth it. I'm gonna go on it, I think, but it looks pretty empty. All right, let's go and check out the pier then, as Mr. Juggling guy is finished. Dzień dobry, jeden normalny. God, sometimes I really do forget my Polish. That's my receipt. How do I, oh, it's got a QR code on here, so I think QR code goes there. We go through. Yes, we're on the pier, boy. 9 zloty later. What's that, like £1.80 or something maybe? And we get a VIP view of the beach here at Kołobrzeg. Like I say, the pier is looking a little bit emptier than earlier in Międzyzdroje, but we'll try not to compare them too much. I don't know if you can see because of the angle of the sun and all that, but we've got like a nice big bouncy castle over here, the pier, and then the open ocean, the Baltic Sea yet again. Obviously, as I said earlier, this is the Baltic Sea. Every single time I go to a town or a city along this, the next few videos on this road trip, and I see the ocean or show the beach, it's all on the Baltic Sea, because obviously that's the only sea that's kind of bordering Poland. You get the idea. So, oh, there's a lighthouse right over in the distance. I don't know if you can see that, just over there. Again, anything this side, because of the sun, makes it quite difficult to like see, because the camera focuses everything on the sun, and therefore everything else goes darker to compensate for the brightness of the sun, essentially. So that's why facing this way things look nicer, and then if I was to face this way I look quite silhouetted. And here, to be honest, is kind of a similar view with Międzyzdroje. Similar in the fact that all we have is like the beach, and then obviously kind of the tree hill things that go up and around. I wonder what we got at the end here. Is it just like a restaurant? Looks like I've just paid 9 zloty to come on a private pier with about 4 other people to then be kind of taken to a restaurant. It's the only thing on here. Or is it like a little row of shops maybe? If there's like a beer place, I might sit down and grab a beer, you know? Still need to finish my can of beer that I was gifted yesterday by the more on the side of dodgy geezer that I met in Szczecin. I didn't even mention it yesterday in the video because it kind of escaped my mind, even though it's such a kind of big thing. The guy was just saying like racist stuff. Like he was just saying things that were racist. But it's, in the moment, obviously, it's hard to like kind of process and be like, oh wait, you're saying stuff that, you know, hard for me to really say, but like stuff that I wouldn't say personally, let's put it that way. But also, again, until I actually look at like the footage and until I actually like listen to it properly, and sometimes I use a bit of AI to help me like kind of understand the words that I can't understand, then I won't know fully what he says. So when the video is like kind of subtitled, not necessarily I know everything in the moment, if that makes sense. So, but he definitely said some things that are racist because he was half English, half Polish, kind of, you know, saying things that I wasn't really comfortable with. I keep getting told by people, Polish people and non-Polish people, that the Poles are, you know, people that have quite strong views, let's just say. I don't want to call them racist because obviously it's a whole country of people, and it's a bit disrespectful to say that, but like even Polish people have told me, oh yeah, us Poles are racist, but I don't personally want to use that rhetoric. You know, but when you come across somebody like that in the street, you didn't ask him anything about, you know, like politics or, you know, whatever, and then he's just like, you know, I don't even know what exactly he was saying, but I know for sure he was talking about, he was to say, you know, saying certain things. You'll see in the video if you watch it. But anyway, enough of that, because, you know, that's that. Right here is the end of Kołobrzeg's pier. It's not a very long pier. It's not as long as Międzyzdroje, but we're at the end here, and right in front of me we've got the end, and obviously the water. Very nice. Nice little view right there. Right, there's not much else to see at the edge. There are some shops below us, so I'm going to take a few photos actually. Right, now that we've kind of checked out the end of this pier, as I say, right below me right now is kind of some shops. And because you have to pay to come on here, it's not very busy. I mean, look at it. It's quite empty. Like I said, there's about 4 people on that pier, and then there's a couple more down below at the shop. So we're going to go check it out, see if there's like somewhere to buy a beer or something else. So let's go walk down the steps into the shops. I do almost just hit my head on this thing. There's not a lot of room. There's also a wall there with some wings on. Look, fella's getting his photo taken with the wings. So, right here we have the shops. What do we have? I wonder if they're going to be like exclusive prices, jacked up for the people who can afford to come on the pier. So right there, sorry, we had ice cream. We got beer. We have Polish beer, that's good. Blonde. I think that's another bar. Okay. We have a couple of beer places. Dzień dobry. Poproszę książęcie.
Pszenica, dobrze.
Yeah, boy. Książęcie turns out to be a beer that I'm having a lot recently on my trips to Poland. Where shall we sit? We'll go over here a little bit. I want to try and sit away from the music. We'll sit somewhere where the sun will be. Or maybe actually we'll sit just here. We get a bit of sun. Yeah, screw it. The music hopefully won't be an issue. Na zdrowie. Książęcie. Can I say that right still? Or yet? Książęcie. I've said it wrong quite a few times in previous Polish vlogs. I find this word quite difficult to say, I'm not going to lie. This is a golden książęcie. And yeah, we're just sat here right now. Hopefully the music's not too loud up in the background. Yum. It is a nice beer. I'm there talking about how beer to me tastes all the same, basically. This one has like a distinct taste. Almost a little bit more like a wheat beer. I don't know if it actually is a wheat beer, but it gives me that vibe. You know, I've only just started exploring Kołobrzeg, but so far today, Międzyzdroje has been my favorite place. Obviously, I've only visited a couple of places, and as I say, like Kołobrzeg, I still haven't explored it properly, and maybe there'll be a lot of things I won't be able to get to see, but Międzyzdroje, really nice place, really, really fascinating, really, you know, like, took me by surprise. I really didn't expect it, to be honest, from a place like that. Even though it was just a seaside resort or whatever, you know, there wasn't anything really too different. I don't know, it was just like the amount of space for pedestrians and the cyclists and everyone else who's just walking around, you know. They had the aquarium, but saying that, actually, I have seen a sign saying that right here in Kołobrzeg there's also an aquarium, Oceanarium. But overall, all the places, including Świnoujście, has been fantastic. Świnoujście was quite cool as well. That actually surprised me. I literally thought it was going to be like dead quiet, no tourists. How wrong was I? This beer here cost me 18 zloty. That's pretty standard, that's not jacked up. I paid 18 zloty for a beer all the way back in 2018 when I was in Gdansk. So it's about £2 to £3, give or take. Like, it's not expensive, but I mean, you could probably find cheaper here in Poland. You can definitely find more expensive, average price. I mean, it's not too expensive, and considering, you know, I've already paid to come on the pier like £9. I don't know, I just kind of thought because it was more exclusive, because you have to pay to come on here, there's less people here, that there would be higher prices, but it's not, it's pretty fairly priced. Right, if we have a look at the weather, I'm enjoying the weather at the moment because midway through, like in like 5 days or so, the weather starts to become shit. We've got today, tomorrow, the next day, so that's 3 days in a row of like good sunshine. In 2 days from now, so in 2 vlogs from this vlog, it's going to go up to 30 degrees, which is pretty hot. The next day it goes back down to 22, but it's going to be quite windy. The next day is going to be nice, you know, sunny, but only 18 degrees. Then the Saturday, yeah, and then on the Sunday onwards, which if things work out correctly, by Sunday I would have already finished this coastline road trip that I'm doing, and I'll be doing other things along here, you know, in Poland. But as we can see there, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rain. So I'm hoping that that changes. That could kind of ruin my ideas for my vlogs. Not really ruin, but just kind of like it's going to be harder for me to vlog when it's raining, because imagine me trying to do this right now, sat outside enjoying a beer. My camera's going to get soaking. You'll sort of vlog probably of me at Snowdon with my mates, like absolutely drenched. I can't be having this camera out in the rain. It's just going to ruin the camera. So all that to say, right now while I can, before the rain starts in 5 or 6 days, I'm enjoying myself. I'm sitting back and relaxing. I'm having a beer and looking at the view, which again you guys can't see because the big little railing thing, what do you call it, a fence, the big fence. So I'm just enjoying myself, while at the same time trying to show you guys as much as I can of these different places. I've gone for another beer. I've got it right here next to me. For like £3.50, let's say, like for a beer, that's really good price nowadays. In UK, like you're paying £5, £6 for a pint on average. You could probably find them cheaper, but yeah, this is pretty good. And it's good quality beer as well. It's not the shit you get in like the Wetherspoons in the UK with like the really outdated beer and whatever else they do to make it really cheap. So we've only got like an hour of sun before it like sets, and then we have no more sun here in Kołobrzeg. I need to go and explore more, so I need to drink this kind of quick and go and explore Kołobrzeg a bit more, because I've not really explored it much. I've just walked down a pier. So yeah, I think we're going to go and explore Kołobrzeg and see what's up. After I finish this, I'm going to be so off my trolley. So we've just had a nice little drink over there. We've had 2 beers. So I'm feeling the effects, let's just say. Let's have another look at these wings. These are pretty cool, aren't they? Nice little wings on the wall. I believe people get their photos with the wings, and they, I don't know, it just kind of makes for a bit of a better photo. These people are down there about to take some photos with the wings, I think. It's like a thing on Google Maps, like a waypoint on Google Maps. Right, we've had our 2 beers. Let's go back into Kołobrzeg, as I forget where we are right now. See what's popping, see what's happening. Probably everything's like died off now because I've been sat there for like a good hour just kind of chilling and relaxing, having my beers. Off in the distance over here, you can see just there, I think, in that general area, we have a Ferris wheel like we went on last night in Szczecin. Anyway, we're walking back towards Kołobrzeg. We're going back towards the mainland. We're coming off of the pier. We've had our 9 zloty worth with the 2 beers. People are actually still over there on the bouncy castle and on the trampoline thing, kind of enjoying themselves, having fun. People are still along the beach and stuff, so maybe there will be some things still popping off. Maybe the guy juggling fire will be there still. I'm kind of gutted we missed the guy juggling fire, man. That would have been so cool. But, you know, such is life, I guess. Here we go. Wejście, the exit to the pier here. Exit the pier. Alright, that was a lot longer than I thought, actually. We were there for quite some time. We do have someone else setting up something that looks like juggling related, but they're going to be a while, I think. I don't think they're going to be here anytime soon. kind of setting something up. This is a kind of a map of Kołobrzeg. I think we're over here somewhere. No, we're not. We're tu jesteś. Just there. We were obviously just drinking there. This is the whole city. And as you can see, with it being the whole city, like majority of it is like kind of covered in trees. Interesting. Oh, it looks like these guys are maybe already doing something. Let's go and check these guys out, these street performers. They may not be juggling fire, but they're waving flags around, and that's just as interesting as anything else. He might not be the street performer, he might just be a random guy flying flags now that I'm looking at him properly. It's the same guy juggling fire, like just, I don't know. I don't know if he does it like every half an hour maybe or something. The other side to the pier, that's where we're sat. This is the other side, this is the beach. Where everyone comes, obviously. It's free, people are here enjoying themselves. Nothing else really to see here. Let's go and check. Maybe let's go and have a look at the shopping area. I don't know what it's called now. We'll walk back up here. But I don't know where the other side of the shopping centre is. Oh wait, I think this guy is doing something now. Put the shopping on hold, we're going back to the guy. Right, what's this guy doing then? Ah, he's juggling fire, let's fucking watch this.
Taka mała próba generalna, jeszcze nie zrobię nic efektownego. Ukłonię się, a wy spróbujecie zrobić najpiękniejszy hałas, jaki tylko potraficie. Uwaga! Raz, dwa, trzy, teraz! Tutaj państwo z tyłu też może. Świetnie, szybki trik rozgrzewkowy. Jeszcze nie skończyłem. Numer 2. Pod drugą. Stop. Pan nie bił braw, o co chodzi? Cześć Szymon, jak masz na imię?
Cześć, dzień dobry. Mówi po angielsku.
Where are you from?
UK.
UK, oh,
Yeah.
bonjour.
Dziękuję. Mój bracie.
It's trick number 3, special for you, okay?
Okay, dziękuję.
Look at this. I can explain you this show in 3 words, okay?
Okay, sure.
Give me money, okay? What's your name?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Yes, yeah.
Jamie, special for you, 3 balls. Special for you, only
Dziękuję.
for you, 3
Mój
balls
bracie.
behind this beautiful bag. You know? Look at me. Specjalnie dla, nie pamiętam jak ma na imię, na 3. Raz, 2, 3. O! Say bye bye.
I'm being involved in this.
It's
Yes?
your last time, chodź.
My last time. Alright, I'm getting involved. Let's go.
Are you drunk?
Okay. Tutaj?
Nie.
Okay.
Tutaj.
Tutaj, okay.
Stój. Klap. Dzieci, to co robię jest głupie i niebezpieczne. Nigdy nie róbcie tego w domu. Zróbcie to w szkole, będzie zabawniej. Uwaga, wielki finał na 3. Jeżeli show wam się podobało, a numer wyjdzie, to ostatni raz poproszę was o olbrzymi aplauz. Uwaga, na 3. Jak to zatrzymać? Raz, 2, 3.
I was like this close to getting on stage with them. What the hell? He pulled me back, obviously, because he realized I just wasn't good enough for the role. Obviously, he's there in the background. He's just finished his little juggling act and overall entertainment. Well, a good guy. I don't know what his social media is. If I figure it out, it's up on screen. But yeah, he grabs me, pulls me into the middle to like go and do a bit in the middle, and then he kind of pulls me away, and then he gets some other guy to do it, probably someone who can understand him a lot better. I don't know, I kind of got a bit of stage fright when he was like, oh, can you speak Polish? It's like, yeah, pretty much nothing. But yeah, what a fun little street art right there. Street entertainment. So now that we've been sidetracked, that was like an hour, maybe 45 minutes, something like that, that we've been sidetracked. And now that we've been sidetracked with that, let's go and check out other bits here in Kołobrzeg. We were going to go and check out actually the shopping. Molo, something or other. Can't remember what it's called. Should I get another ice cream? Maybe I'll get another ice cream in a bit. I need to go check out the shopping first. Here you got like parlors like this opened up. It's the Amerikanski ice cream. But what's funny is I've never seen this ice cream in America. Like I've only ever really seen it here in Poland. I feel like I might have seen it like some other place in Europe, but I've never seen it anywhere. Oh, actually I saw like a similar thing, not the same thing, but like a similar thing, like a tall ice cream obviously in South Korea, in Seoul, because I dropped the fucking thing, didn't I? And it was caught on camera. But it's a different thing, like altogether. It was similar ice cream as well. I mean, ice cream's ice cream, but like it was similar, but it was different. You know what I mean? Galeria Molo. So, I don't know what's in here. We'll go and check out quickly. Ah, it's too late, man. It's all closed. Oh yeah, that's literally it. Okay, that wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. Obviously, Galeria is like a shopping centre, but it's closed off. Yeah, that's the Galeria right behind me, but obviously, as I say, it's closed because it's too late in the day. It's probably looking at like 9 o'clock right now. Yeah, it's literally 9 o'clock. And obviously things are closing probably. Even though the sun's still out, the guy's over there still juggling his fire. The people are on the beach still. Obviously things are closing up, so yeah. I'm not sure what else there is to check out here. Yes, I did just pay for another toilet. Look at the state of it. It's not the best looking toilet on the outside. It's not the best looking on the inside. It's a toilet. I did just have to pay 4 zloty for that. Dzień dobry. Duży amerykański.
Śmietanka, czekolada mieszane.
Czekolada I śmietana, tak.
15,90.
Dziękuję. Check this place out. I mean, I'm going for the same thing I had earlier, which is the chocolate and, well, vanilla. Although they say śmietana, which is like cream, but it's like a vanilla cream. Okay. Dziękuję. Here we go. It's a bit smaller than the one we had earlier for the same price. Same quality ice cream though. Yeah, it's a good little ice cream. I paid the same, slightly smaller. Maybe it's just a smaller cone. I don't really know, to be honest. I just wanted my ice cream fix. I got my ice cream fix. It's pretty good. So I'm currently on one of these e-scooters, but they're quite hard to film on. They're quite hard to film on and drive at the same time, and they're quite hard to drive on as it is, let alone trying to film as well. I'm so gonna fall off of this if I'm not careful. I've got the hang of it, I think. As I say, I can't selfie while driving it. The last time I've driven one of these, I think, was in Oslo, in Norway. And I also rode one in Alicante in Spain, but this was like 2020. This is like 5 years later I'm riding them. Look at how fucking fast we're going. This is genuinely like probably 30 miles an hour. I'm lost on my way home, so I decided to get one of these little scooters, and it's made me even more lost as I ride around the streets of Kołobrzeg. And obviously the roads here in Europe in general, the pavements, oh my god, are really not smooth. Massive bumps and stuff, and it makes for quite a dodgy ride. Here I am on my scooter. It's saying I'm gonna get a fine if I don't go back where I was. But I need to go to my hotel. So these are the electric scooters here in Poland. They're a lot of fun to ride, but I can't film while riding them. So instead I'm just having a bit of fun trying to find my hotel. Okay, so I should be on the right road now. Just heading down here. Train tracks are a bit dodgy. I just need to head down here for like 3 kilometers. This is what I'm currently looking at, riding down here. Oh, just me and my scooter, waiting at the lights. I very easily, as one of the, not police, but what do you call them, like the town guards or whatever. Oh, it's a green light. I'm paying per minute doing this, by the way. I'm paying like 99 pence, or like 0.99 zloty. Basically 1 zloty per minute. Every 5 minutes is a quid. There's more of an arm workout than anything. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. Right, it's facing me. Face this way. You see this big red area? This is for bicycles and scooters. So realistically, we should be okay, hopefully, to ride this. But we are going some right now. Shit, we're almost at the end. God, it really works out on your arms because you're like holding on for dear life not to fall off, or maybe it's just me because I'm kind of just using one hand right now. This is how you travel Poland in style, my friend. Oh, I got that knack of it with one arm though, I think. I don't want to trust myself too much because there's potholes coming up. Oh shit. Right, we're good. Oh, kurwa mać. Kurwa mać. Bobber. Lads, we're getting close to our hotel. It's only over here. Make sure no nutters are gonna pull in and run me over. Mate, it is really difficult, kind of, when you've got the bloody curb going up and down. Otherwise, quite a smooth ride overall, but there are, you know, because the roads aren't completely smooth, it does make for a bit of a bumpy ride. Right, our hotel is just over there in front of us. I don't know what that station actually is called. Papsik? I can't really read it from here. But our hotel is over there anyway, at that gas station. We have to go this way, we have to follow the red. I'm gonna wait for the cars to go first and then we'll go. I don't want to make them stop. I know they will stop for me, but I feel rude if I let them, you know, make them stop. Across. And across. The camera's not working. The camera's getting confused. Right, it's re-angled itself. Lads, Piaski is the hotel. I think that might be the name of the gas station as well, Piaski. It's actually a motel. I don't really know what a motel is and what a hotel is. But lads, we've made it to our hotel motel. Right, we've got the bike here. The bike, the you know what I mean, e-scooter. Here's our motel, which has 2 stars on it. I don't know why. It's kind of quite nice inside, especially for a 2-star. I don't really know why that's the case. I need to figure out where to drop this scooter off because every minute I am paying for it. There's a parking bay. I'm assuming the parking bay is just here to my right. So let's try and park it up. All right, we have to show the bike with, or the scooter, whatever you want to call it, with surroundings. So we'll get shot like that. Wait. A 10 zloty parking fine if I haven't parked it correctly. I think I think this is the right place. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, this is the only place where it says to park it. 17 zloty 81. That's not too bad. So like £3.50 or something I've just paid for that whole ride. I was on it for a damn long time. I don't know how much I'm gonna keep in the edit. How was my ride? It was fucking fantastic. Thank you very much. I don't know how much I'm gonna keep in the edit, but that was a cool ride. I was kind of scared at some points I was gonna fall off or something. I can now take off my wrist strap. Yeah, lads, as I was saying, this is a gas station, but also this right here is my motel. Motel Piaski. Now that I can actually read the word correctly. I think that's going to be it for me here in Kołobrzeg, to be honest. I mean, it's got dark, isn't it? Like, there's not really much else to do or to see. I mean, what have I done? I've had a couple of beers, I've walked down the pier, I've seen a guy who juggled fire, it almost got me introduced into the act, but then decided not to. I had an ice cream and then I rode a scooter. Yeah, Kołobrzeg's been a nice place. I'd come back. It was a pretty decent little coastal town, city. I think it's a city. A little coastal city. Yeah, that's going to be it for today's vlog, I think. We started today's vlog off in Świnoujście, in the very northwestern point of Poland on the border of Germany. We made our way over into Międzyzdroje and now we're in Kołobrzeg. Tomorrow we're going to continue on east up the coastline, up to other places. Basically doing what we did today, just continuing until eventually we end up in Piaski on the Russian-Poland border. Unlike the German border with Poland, I don't think the Russian one's going to be quite as easy to enter. You know what I mean? You know, it's not going to be open. You're going to have like closed fences and probably guards. I don't really know. There's probably going to be cameras there, so it's not going to be quite as open as the border with Germany. Let's just say we'll find out in a few days when we make our way up to Piaski, at the Poland-Russian border. Till then, have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.